welcome to Staying Close While We're Far Away. Then this wonderful class is brought to you by the Emmaus Public Library and Here For You Concierge. I'm Melissa Draving, and my co-host tonight is Laurie Miller. So Laurie, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I am the Adult Services Librarian at the Emmaus Public Library, and I do events, programming, and buy materials for the adult population of Emmaus and surrounding areas. And it's very nice to have Melissa here. She's a really good presenter, and we're always happy to have her expertise at our disposal.
Awesome. And what are you reading, Laurie?
Well, I don't know if you're ready for this conversation. I have so many things going. I am reading one of Tana French's mystery novels. She's an Irish detective procedural writer, and her prose is just so good. I love her characters. The book is called Broken Harbor, and it's a murder mystery. And also I'm reading The Yellow Crocus by Layla Abraham for our daytime book club coming up in 2 weeks. So more stuff in the background, but those are the main two.
Awesome. I actually did take one of your recommendations for books, and you sent me several, and I started reading this Jhumpa Lahiri book. I think that was one of the authors that you sent me, and it was a book that was written in Italian and translated to English, and then the second half they say the Italian part, and thought it's been a while since I took Italian, but I was able to understand a little bit of it. So thanks for the recommendation, as always.
You're welcome.
Thanks for co-hosting. So to give everybody some background here, I am a personal concierge, and so mainly I do professional organizing, personal assistance, project management, errand running, and personal shopping, one of my favorites. I also work with clients virtually, doing technology coaching one-on-one or with groups, facilitating online meetings for organizations. I also do a lot of marketing tasks for business owners, such as updating websites and writing blogs for them. So tonight is all about staying close or far away. So we're gonna, try to reach out to friends and family virtually. And so it's really important, like personally, I have family that lives down in Florida, and as much as I love to go see them, it's really difficult, especially during, the pandemic. You had all these travel restrictions, and I did get to go one time during that period and visit them, but it's just not enough when it's once every 6 months. So it's important that we connect with our family, in a way that we can, even if there's something going on or you live very far. So saying hello is just a Zoom call away, as we all know now. So when you want to set up a Zoom call for the first time, I know a lot of people struggle with this, but first you are going to have to download the Zoom software onto either your computer or your smart device, such as a tablet or a smartphone, and you'll have to create an account with your email address. Once you have the software and an account, you're going to just open up the software, and I have screenshots and everything on the next slides, but I'll just go through the steps. So you'll open the software and then click the menu at the top, meetings. Actually, I'll just go through these. So here's the interface. This is mine from earlier today. So you can see all the different buttons are over here. And then there's also menus here at the top. I believe I can annotate in raw. So up here is your meetings tab. I stopped drawing. So here's the meeting tab, and let me just clear this. Clear all my drawings. Okay, so we go to the meeting tab, and this is what it looks like. You'll have your upcoming meetings, your recorded meetings, your personal meeting ID, and these are all the different meetings that I have scheduled. So you're going to hit plus to add a new meeting. to set one up for your family. So when you do that, another window is going to pop up, and that is your schedule meeting window. And so first step is to always give your meeting a title, and I just generally will name the meeting whoever's name is participating. Or maybe if it was like a group, like if it was my family, I would call it Draving Family Meeting or something. But you do want to kind of give a descriptive title, because if you have multiple meetings, it can be very easy to swap up the invites. So it's always good to be very descriptive with your title. And then second part is to schedule what date and time and the duration for a meeting here. Make sure you have the right time zone, because you can really confuse people if you have the wrong time zone there. I actually just, when I was preparing for tonight, I went on to Zoom and I found that my profile was set up with the wrong time zone. Even though I've been scheduling them with the right time zone, it had the wrong time zone for my profile. So I kind of got a little confused there, but so just pay attention to stuff like that. And then this gives you the choice to generate your meeting automatically, your meeting number, or to use your personal meeting ID. And some of my clients, they choose to always use their personal meeting ID, because it makes it very easy for other people to join. But you have to be careful, because, you know, if you're making it very easy for everybody to join, then that means that really anybody could join in theory. You always want to make sure that you are not posting Zoom links on social media or anywhere publicly. So I like to just generate my meeting IDs automatically and make them different each time, which I don't have, you know, sometimes I'll have issues, but it seems to work pretty well for most meetings. And then your security, these security features have all been added since Zoom became very popular. So it's giving you a choice of having a passcode, and you're now required to choose one of these three. So if you're going to set a passcode, it will typically put a number in that box, but I like to change it and set it as a word that has to do with the meeting. So for tonight, I think ours was like staying close or something. So I like to have a word or the person's last name or something as the passcode, just because it's more personal. But the waiting room, some choose to use the waiting room. That will send all of your participants into a waiting room, and you'll have to manually admit each person. So I attended a Zoom networking like thing, kind of similar to what we're doing, but it was in the morning. It's called the 9 o'clock club. And I was in the waiting room because I was a little late, and I had to email them and tell them, hey, I'm stuck in the waiting room. Can you let me in? And then of course they did right away. So that's one kind of thing about the waiting room, is that, you know, if you are very new to Zoom, you might not want to use that because it requires some more managing. And then also you could choose to have only authenticated users who have signed into Zoom be able to join your meeting. And for video here, I always will have the host video on and participant video on, because I think the point is to have our videos to be able to see everybody. So went forward again. And audio, I always have telephone and computer audio. So then you just hit save, and it comes to another screen that looks like this, shows you your meeting details that you just created and the link. And you can hit this copy invitation button. And then once you have that copied onto your clipboard, you can go into a new email and paste the link, or paste all this information and send it in an email to your friends and family. So that's the full steps. So and then once you are going to start your meeting, you will go to the same section right here, to meetings, and you'll highlight the meeting that you are going to start. So you might just have one meeting here. I have 3, so I would have to make sure I got the right one. And then as long as it's highlighted, it will pop up on the right and you'll click start. And then that's it. So it's a pretty simple process, but it can definitely be a little scary if you've never done it or you're scared of doing it incorrectly. So it's pretty. I know Laurie has a lot of experience with Zoom meetings, but do you think I made it simple enough?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I've had some difficulties here and there with setting up the meetings so that they take place whether I join or not, because I have some people who host different clubs, that sort of thing. So I think I've finally just gotten the hang of it. But that's for more like advanced settings. I think if you're just logging in to have a family meeting, and I
Yeah.
think you described it perfectly.
Awesome. So our next little topic is have fun things we can do on Zoom. And so for me personally, the most fun I've had on Zoom is playing different games. And this is actually a game that one of our clients has created, the Generations, the game. And so we had a game night where we played that on Zoom. That was fun. It's a trivia game, and these are each different categories. So that was one of the big game nights I've had. Also, we've done a few different games. Actually have a blog out that's games you can play on Zoom calls or video calls. And so here, I'll pull this up. So we did, for my aunt's birthday, we had a game night on Zoom and we played Whatchamacallit. And have you ever heard of that?
I think I played it once a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very simple game. It's just you're basically creating new and creative names for imaginary items or places, kind of. It's just like kind of like a creativity stimulating game. And we did that and we just went round robin style, like in order of whoever was on the screen. And I would read the question. I was the one that had the physical copy of the game, and then my family would just like write down their answers and they all shared. So it was pretty cool and lots of fun. And then another one that we played, I'm gonna pause screen sharing for a minute, was actually story cubes, Rory story cubes. And these, have you heard of this?
I've been wanting to buy those for my kids and me.
Oh, they're fun. Actually, if you want to borrow my copy, I'll bring it down to the library. But it's just they're just dice, and I wish I had brought them upstairs, but they have, instead of numbers or anything, they have little pictures, and there's 9 of them. And you just throw the dice and you have to make up a story to go along with all your pictures. And there's no rules. It's another like kind of like creativity based game. You can see a theme of games that I like. And we had a blast playing it on Zoom. We did this with actually my husband's cousins. So I had the physical copy of the game. And what we did was me and my husband would throw the dice, and then we would take a picture or let his cousins screenshot so they could see the dice that they rolled. And then they made up the story from there. So, and there's kind of a few different variations that you can do. There's like heroes, which is you roll the dice once to make a character. I think you roll 3 and make your character your hero, and then you have to use that hero in the rest of the game. Kind of, you roll them again, basically. So I really like that game. What have you done any games on Zoom, Laurie?
Yes. I've done a game on Zoom with my friends in Texas, and we have this it's a role-playing game, and we're all picked our personality. So we're all like a group of older retired ladies, and we live in this little town, and we're solving mysteries, and it's really adorable. I've never tried this kind of game before, but it is so much fun building the character and just checking things out and seeing my friends in Texas that I don't usually get to see.
Right, are you
So
from Texas?
what's that?
Is that where you're from, or did you go to school there?
No, I lived in Texas for about maybe 5 or 6 years. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, but I did live down there for a while. Yeah.
Well, those are friends you got to stay close with while you're far away.
Right.
So is this a like an official game, or is this something that they just created on their own?
No, it's a game that my friend bought, and I'm not sure what the venue is, but it's it's like she bought a PDF and it lays out the basics of the game. And she's sort of like the leader. Like she doesn't have a character. She's like
Oh
the
yeah,
dungeon master for everyone
yeah,
else.
very similar to Dungeons and Dragons.
And so it's called Brindlewood Bay.
Oh, fun. That is,
Yeah.
for a while, me and my friends, we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it does require creativity, but also some strategy in there. And you have to it really makes you think. It's very much a game for intelligent people, but we certainly enjoyed it. And my friend is an illustrator, so she made a nice illustration of my character, and like I was like an elf. Oh, we had such a good time.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, and they would come up from Bucks County to play Dungeons and Dragons for a while. So yeah, definitely like role playing games. And then there was another one that we played on my aunt's birthday game Zoom, which was Geek Out, and that was just like a pop culture trivia game. So I would read the questions again, and they would answer them. And this Geek Out, it doesn't have all the answers on the cards, so you just kind of have to know them or look them up. It's like, if you what is it, like name 4 groups that start with F or something. So we had a lot of fun playing that one too. But some other fun things that you could do besides playing games is telling stories. So one of our clients, they have a family Zoom every month, and what they've decided is that they're going to record their family Zooms, and each month a different one of their like elders in the family is going to tell a story that everybody hasn't heard, or the younger kids, grandkids haven't heard. And this way they're going to have like a recorded, like almost an oral history, just by staying close and zooming and telling stories. So I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mhm. And of course, my grandmother, we had a 100th birthday celebration for her on Zoom. And all my aunts and uncles, they told some stories, and that was just a lot of fun too. Also, we could do like a virtual tour, something art museums, a lot of them are doing like virtual tours, and they're just recordings that you can kind of watch at the same time. You could also there's a new service from Sling TV where you can host a watch party. And what this is you, I guess you host it on Sling TV, and then you invite your friends and family, and it's a Zoom call similar, but they're also playing the TV show that you like. So that's like a fun way that you can watch TV together while you're on video call.
I've seen on Amazon Prime, excuse me, that they have something about like a host a watching party or something along those lines too. So that's kind of fun. That's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Me and my best friend actually used to do this when we were young. We would, um, if we were homesick at the same time or something, and one of our parents couldn't drive us to the other one's house, we would call each other on the phone and watch the same TV show. And we'd almost be like hanging out, but we were still, at our respective houses. And so that does remind me a lot of that. And also, there's a new service that I learned about through the library. Miss Sue is doing board game arena. So can you tell me more about this program, this board game arena?
I haven't tried it yet. I've heard of it, but I'm not quite as familiar with it. But it's a way that you can host multiple people in one of the board games that they have in the service, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Right.
And it's something that I'd like to try. I just haven't gotten to try it yet.
Yeah, I looked into it because I was interested for this Generations game because that would be so much fun if you could all log in and play the same game. But I haven't done it yet myself either. But I'm definitely like they have Catan, they have Carcassonne, which is a really big it's a big game right now. Have you played that Carcassonne? You
I
guys have
haven't played that one, no.
don't you guys have games at the library you can check out?
We do have games at the library for when we had in-person game nights, but
Mhm.
we don't have them for checkout right now. It's something that we've been thinking about for a while though.
Because I remember, well, one of my friends from Doylestown, they used to take games out of the library. So I guess maybe some libraries have that. But yeah, Carcassonne is like you building a little town with river, like the rivers. There's little cards, and the rivers have to match up to the rivers, and the roads have to match up to the roads, and you make this big city. It's really fun. So those are all fun games. I mean, uh, and different things that you can do with your family on Zoom. And one more actually, before we move on to the rest, is Words with Friends. Actually, my aunt, she plays Word with Friends and she plays it all the time and has like a bunch of friends that she plays it with. So I decided that I was gonna, stay close with her by playing Zoom or playing Words with Friends, which is just like Scrabble, except for it's not officially licensed to be just like Scrabble, but it's you have a username and you have to request your friends, or you can play with other people online. And it's just turn based. So I take my turn on here, and then I have to wait for her to take her turn down in Florida, and then I got a notification, and it's really fun. But one of our clients actually did complain that they noticed their grandson was going and getting these crazy words that she never thought he could have gotten before, but he was looking them up on Google, and other people do that. They'll look up, I have this, and this. What words will get the highest score? So if you're really
Aw.
upset about stuff like that, then maybe don't play it. But but my aunt doesn't do that, thankfully. I think she's on the up and up. So next we're going to talk a little bit about gifts that you can send to your friends and family, gifts that inspire and pop, some of them. And these are all different things that you can either do, like cards that you can send or gifts that you can send to somebody that's non-local. So the first one is send out cards, and that is a subscription-based service. And they also, I think, have like a la carte where you can just pay for the one card, where you can go online and enter all the details and create your card, kind of.
Hi. Go on. Go on.
How you doing?
Sorry.
It's okay. And so
Okay, go on. Sorry.
it's okay. So you're creating a card online just the way you want it to look in the real world. And then they, from their location, print your card out, put the postage and the address on it, print it for you, and send it straight to your recipient. So it kind of like removes all the work of sending a card to somebody instead of, a lot of times we have to go to the store, we have to look through all the cards, every single one, and find the perfect one, and then physically find, get the person's address and find stamps. So that kind of takes away a lot of that like extra time. And you can just go in and enter it online. And they have an address book, so you can just reselect the same people over and over again. And I during the first month of the pandemic, I signed up for their, I think it's like 30 cards in 30 days for like $50 or something. And because the lady that was the affiliate, she told me about a time where she had to send all these cards to kind of like, or somebody had told her to send the 30 cards to like kind of feel better, like sending all that love out in the world would make her feel better, and it really did. And so she became an affiliate for them. And so I did. I sent the 30 cards out, and I really loved. Yeah, it really gave me like a big mood boost that month. I didn't keep it every month, but so there really is something to sending out cards, and this makes it extremely easy.
Yeah, it's fun to get mail, actual mail nowadays.
Right. So that brings me to my next favorite is pop-up cards. And yes, these are available at Hallmark, but there's also another company that is new called Love Pop Cards. And they offer, they have like Disney cards, they have Jack Skellington, The Nightmare Before Christmas. They have like superheroes. They have a lot of like officially licensed card types, and they look like this. They pop up, and they're all really, really adorable. So you buy them in packs, and it's based on kirigami, and they use their back engineering to kind of cut these out and make them all pop up. So I do a lot of pop-up cards during the holidays. I got one that was like it looked like a little plant. And my client, she still has it. She told me it's still on her table. She loves it. And I also got from my grandmother one that popped up, and it was like the Nutcracker ballet. It had like a full like square outside, and it had like different layers, and you pressed it and it sung the Nutcracker suite. So I love cards. And my husband, he must have like noticed, because he got me for Valentine's Day a pop-up Valentine's Day card that sung a song too. So I certainly love these. And then also there is a company doing these send a cake. So this is a Seattle-based company that sends cakes all over the world in amazing packaging. And so this I found out through Facebook ad. It's like a little box. It comes like all packaged up. And then when you take the lid off, it all like pops out. And they have these optional little butterflies that like literally fly out. And so it's not one if you're a person has like a heart problem, you might like, you don't want to scare them too bad, but definitely like having the extra, pop of stuff is very exciting and fun. And this is another fun one. You goat mail. So I thought this was too cute to not share. It's a little tiny box with a little stuffed goat and some wrapping stuff, and it says "You Goat Mail," and you can actually send them anonymously, or you can send them with your note and everything. But I just thought they were so cute, and I would love to get one of these in the mail. So yeah, they're just so cute. So that is almost everything. I'm actually going to switch my screen and do a quick little demo of paperless postcards. And this is similar to send out cards, but it is all digital. So you only need the person's name and their address, their email address. You don't need their physical address for this one. So you create the card online. So share my screen again. Hold on. Okay, so you come onto Paperless Post, and they have all sorts of cards, and they also have invitations, all kinds of different ones. And they really look beautiful. They're very well designed and just like nice looking. Some of them are very simple. But we're gonna actually make this one. So again, there's a lot of choices, but at least you can search for them. So it makes it a little bit easier. So what it is you are gonna, It also, you pay for these, so you can buy coins, and then depending on how much you want to personalize it, like you can personalize everything from the background to the envelope color to the envelope liner to I think you can also put like your signature on here, and those all like increase the coins that you'd be spending. But once you put it together, it looks like this. So it looks just like a real card. Comes out of a little envelope, and the person, they can preview it, it just pops up, and, thank you, and your little message and your text, and then the recipient can actually send you back a reply message that you would see in here. So just like it's like a little bit of an extra special email, instead of just like a regular email thank you. You can send them a paperless post email thank you. And that just kind of, it's just like a little extra special experience, and a way to just show people that you care. And also, my favorite thing about paperless post is that you can schedule cards. So for when we get busy and we might forget somebody's birthday, for example, you can go in here and schedule all your cards out for all the birthdays, and then you will look like a superhero when you send them, the birthday card the day of their birthday. So it's a really good tool to kind of to just like make it easier for yourself, because we don't always remember when it's the right time. So yeah, so that's the major topics we have for today. And then this information is also available on my blog, under my events on my webpage on hereforyoupa.com. And so if you wanted to, get the links for the different resources that I gave, they are on there. And if you need any help with like programs specifically, on your computer, Laurie does offer a help desk, so that you can come to her if you're having an issue or if you want to go over something like this. I'm sure she can help you. And yeah, so do you have any questions, Laurie? Or
Oh, I have one comment. For the paper-based cards, I found this website that does these amazingly cute cards, but the paper is made out of like wildflower seeds.
oh yeah,
So it's called Cute Root, and you can buy like a pack of cards and write them out yourself, or you can just tell them what to write in a card, and then they'll send it straight to the person you want it to go to. And then when they get the card, they can read the card and tear up the card, and then plant it in different places around the yard, and then they get wildflowers.
that's so fun. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like sustainable and
Yeah.
totally fun. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. I might have to add that to the blog there. Cute Fruit. I haven't heard of that one before. So awesome. So, and then also we have another event coming up next month. So I will share once more. So we are doing how to organize your home office on April 10th. And we're going to be talking about setting up a home office, keeping your paper managed and your digital files organized, what you should be keeping on your desk at your home office, some tips for getting the right furniture, which is so important, and also getting set up for a video call, making sure you have a nice background. And our bonus is going to be using a dual monitor. And this actually, I learned yesterday, can increase your productivity up to 50% by using
Really?
a dual monitor. Yeah. So that was something interesting I learned in I think Home Offices for Dummies is what I'm reading on the library's Overdrive app on the Kindle side. It's an ebook. So for those of you that don't know, the library does offer free or borrowable, basically, ebooks and audiobooks through the Overdrive app. And so I downloaded this Home Offices for Dummies on there, and I can just read it right on my phone, and it's just like an e-reader for Kindle kind of. So that's a really great service. So yeah, and then you can register like for this here on my website or through Laurie directly. She'll send you the registration link. So yeah. Do you have anything else coming up at the library you want to share?
Oh, let's see. Well, I'm just trying to think now. We have summer reading coming up pretty quickly. So we're going to start taking summer reading signups May, I think the second week of May. Then we have a lot of programming coming up for the summer, for summer reading. There's also more than likely, probably 90% likely, maybe 95% likely that we're going to be having more art workshops throughout the summer with various artists, varying mediums. Those were so much fun last year. It was really worth it. And I'm just so glad that we can keep the art workshops going throughout the summer too.
Very nice. Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to those and we'll get them on the emails and also on Facebook. And till next time, and thank you everybody. And I'm going to stop the recording. If I can. I'm just going to end the meeting. So it was nice seeing you again, Laurie, and I hope you have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.